Welcome back. Amudar Pratap Singh joining us on NewsX. The Election Commission of India has told the Supreme Court that no voter's name will be deleted from the draft electoral roll of Bihar without prior notice. An opportunity to be heard in a reasoned order. The poll panel has also said the statutory framework does not require to prepare or share a separate list of people not included in the draft rolls or publish the reasons for non-inclusion of anyone. The EC had filed an additional affidavit in the apex court days after releasing the draft electoral rolls for Bihar. The draft list listed in fact 7.24 crore voters but left out more than 65 lakh names, claiming most had either passed away or migrated. Separately, the EC filed its reply to a petitioner's application seeking directions to publish a full and final constituency and booth-wise list of around 65 lakh electors whose enumeration forms were not submitted, along with reasons for non-submission. In its affidavit, the EC said the first stage of SIR was completed and the draft electoral roll was published on the 1st of August. Kuntal Krishna, spokesperson BJP, is joining us live. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, is also live with us. Harsh Singh Dahiya, Supreme Court advocate, is joining us live. Alok Mehta, editorial director of India News, is also with us now on the broadcast. Pooja Tripathi, a clarification from the EC coming in. They filed an affidavit, in fact, in court as well on this exercise, on the fact that no one will be omitted from the list without being given a fair chance to be heard and a chance to provide the relevant documents. Will this assuage concerns of opposition parties finally?
Obviously, look at what has been happening in since last few days. Any democratic institution that says that you trust our functioning, our processes should be open to scrutiny. And what has election commission come out with? They have gone in Supreme Court and said that they are not liable to provide names of the 65 lakh people who have been deleted. Yesterday, election commission, from its draft voter rolls, from its website, they changed it from a digital format to a non-machine readable scanned physical copies is what election commission has written. And we are looking at multiple discrepancy. Today, Tejasvi Yadav came out and said that 3 lakh people with house number 0 have been there in electoral rolls. There's an address in Muzaffarpur where 269 voters are living. There's an address in Jamui where 247 people are living. 120 people have come out in Patna and they say they are alive and they have filled this SR, but the draft voter roll is telling them that they are dead. So the point is, election commission is deciding here who will be in, who will be out, without any iota of transparency, and that's what antithesis to democracy. That's what dangerous to democracy. Who is election commission to decide that they are not liable to give the 65 lakh name? Is the draft electoral rules their personal property? No, it's a property of the democracy of the country, which we claim to be, the biggest democracy of the world, and that's why this whole explosive press conference by Rahul Gandhi, the whole way the SIR has been happening in Bihar, it raises big concerns on what is election commission role here. It's certainly not free, it's certainly not fair, and it's brazen criminal activity, brazen shamelessness at its core, that you're not accountable to the ones in power. A scroll report shows that the members who have been deleted from the draft electoral rolls, out of the 24 Lok Sabha constituencies, 16 favored in the favor of the incumbent government, and that shows that you're liable to the people, but you are becoming a mouthpiece of the government, and that's when you say that you're not liable to give names. You change the format from the machine readable format to a non-machine readable scanned copies. That's where you burn transparency, accountability, and liability to people. You burn the ethos of democracy, and that's where we are questioning election commission. And I hate to say this, I really disagree when Rahul Gandhi said, we'll come after you, but this is what election commission has been reduced to. We should come after them, because what they are throwing democracy into tatters, into pieces, is there for everyone to see. I think
all right, let me take that to Kuntal Krishna of the BJP. You're hearing what Pooja Tripathi of the Congress has to say. She says there are widespread discrepancies, which is what is leading to their lack of faith in the EC. The EC, though, has come out and filed this affidavit trying to assuage their concerns. She says, though, that they're still upset and they have no faith.
Actually, Congress does not have faith in Constitution itself. So how will they have faith in any constitutional institution? They have always been trying to kill all the constitutional institutions. Congress is the party who imposed emergency on India. Now, coming back to SIR point, they are defending a fraud in Bihar. What Tejasvi Yadav did, that is a fraud. Tejasvi Yadav, he himself admitted that he holds two epic cards. An election commission is saying that the epic card which Tejasvi displayed before media, before people of this country, was never issued by election commission. What is the case with Deputy CM Vijay Kumar Sinha? Vijay Kumar Sinha ji was earlier resident of Patna. His whole family shifted to Lakhisarai. In 2004 itself, he gave an application to Election Commission to delete his voter ID card which was issued from Patna. So this is the difference. There was an application given by an individual himself to delete his duplicate ID card, and at the other hand, there is an individual who possesses an election ID card, epic card, which was never issued by Election Commission. It means that's a fraud document. So Tejasvi Yadav, what Tejasvi Yadav, leader of opposition, is accused of is he has done a fraud. And Congress party is trying to defend him, Congress party is trying to shield him. And this is what Congress has been doing throughout history. Yes.
Okay, let me in fact quickly take that to Alok Mehta as well. Alok Mehta, are we going to see this war over the SIR all the way up till the elections in Bihar? The exercise may be over. Now, of course, the period of discrepancies may be on, but the political war of words is continuing. Is this only going to continue up till the voting day, you feel, despite whatever the EC may say, like they have in this fresh affidavit?
Udayji, I think the Rahul Gandhi party or Tejasvi Yadav, they don't believe even in the Air Force, they don't believe in the army, they don't believe election commission, they don't want to believe the rules and laws of this parliament, what the parliament doing. So I think these kind of anarchists, what the Aam Aadmi party used to talk about, that they are anarchists and they accept as anarchists. So I think certainly this will continue because the earlier EVM, remember, since last 10 years, they're talking about the EVM. In Maharashtra again. So people will fed up, okay, why should we vote? If even a major party talking about it and about this SRI. You see, everybody knows how many people migrate from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, or number of other states also, but major, they are in Delhi or Mumbai or Calcutta or in even in South India or in Punjab. So these kind of problem, just Udayji, one point for our friends. Dr. Manmohan Singh, how many years he lived in Assam? He was elected all the time from the Assam. His name was there. So one can mention that, okay, I belong to Assam. Maybe because he was a learned person, he never had two identity. But common people, labor, rickshaw wala in Delhi, I know people who belong to Bhagalpur or somewhere and they have the Aadhaar card or something in Delhi also. Now the Supreme Court says Aadhaar card you should accept as a citizenship. Then Aadhaar card, if somebody is living there, and again he will say, okay, I am here. So there is some technical problem. I'm not, and that's why Election Commission says, okay, if you have doubt, please come and delete it or add it. I think that's why even the last bit, sometime, say 1 month, but earlier in Delhi, we have experienced that number of people, journalists, in Times of India group, by my senior colleague who was also editor of the Hindi newspaper, Navhar Times, and it's his home in Navhar Times apartment, Madhurendra Sinha, I'm giving the name, 10, 15, 20 people in his flat, 3-bedroom flat, duplex, because it was mistake at the time when the Congress was there. So then he said, okay, who is living in my apartment? Nobody living, only 2 daughters and myself, 2 in the family. So these kinds of irregularities was continued since long in Delhi. I'm giving the name and example. So that's why these kind of error earlier and now the computation is there. Major part is RSS, earlier the Congress Seva Dal. I am talking about the long back when the Congress worker used to go for a dari bichana or uske baad mic lagana. Now they have the higher people, ask agency, nobody knows who is living there, and that's why the problem. Why RSS or BJP or Socialist Party or Janata Dal or Samajwadi Party, if they are good workers, at least they have The worker, they will identify, oh, Mr. Alok Mehta, Uday Pratap Singh live here, his identity is there, so they can check it. But now they just want to blame the election commission. Haryana, you see, the Hooda ji was a very senior leader. How he lost the election? Because the workers and party was not working well. But this again, Maharashtra, Sharad Pawar losing his own family members, Ajit Pawar is not with him. So these kind of people, they migrate and then other party, and then they join the party and enrich the other party. Or they have the good workers. This is the solution. This is not a Europe. It's not America. There everything is very literate people, very educated people, and there also maybe sometime even Trump was very much was saying, okay, I don't believe in the election. So this trend, I think the Rahul Gandhi and party, they want to discredit the whole system, and it's a very shameful for country like India. So democracy is such a strong. Everybody can vote, whatever, where is belong to Northeast. You see Himalaya, our election, and election last point, Avdayji, election commission is no machinery like CBI or ED. They have the ED, maybe you can say, okay, central, but you see, they depend on the local police. They depend, election commission is only the state government. They run, their staff work there. So if Karnataka is something wrong, the Karnataka, maybe Karnataka Congress government, so they can do whatever they want to do because their employees is there.
Yes, absolutely. I'll come back to you. Let me, in fact, quickly get in, Mr. Dahiya as well for his comment, of course, to this big story. Dahiya, your reaction to the affidavit filed by the EC in court, how you believe this is going to hold good in court going ahead, because this is, of course, a case that is being watched very, very closely in the political circles ahead of the upcoming Bihar polls.
Uday, first of all, I'm very confused and unable to understand what the opposition really wants. On one hand, Rahul Gandhi in his press conference the other day gave really strong arguments in support of countrywide SIR. Not just in Bihar, but a countrywide SIR. Whatever claims he made in that particular press conference, that gave base to the government and to the election that they should conduct SIR exercise not just in Bihar but in all states of the country, and all such fake voters should be flushed out of the voter list. However, he's now being hypocritical by claiming on one hand that fake voters are being used by BJP to win elections in Maharashtra and Bangalore, and on the other hand he's opposing removal of such fake voters through SIR in Bihar. Both cannot go hand. He's holding a double-edged sword through which he's trying to attack BJP, but he's also cutting his own hand with that. And, like I said, SIR is not just the need in Bihar, but in all states of the country. And when we come back to the press conference of Rahul Gandhi the other day, he was able to put forward really strong points in support of SIR and why, so many voter lists have fake voters or voters registered on the same address. They should be flushed out. I totally agree with him on that. But in nowhere in his argument that day he was able to prove that some kind of vote chori happened as he claimed to be. वो बार-बार word use करते रहे, vote चोरी हो रहे हैं, but I watched that complete press conference of Rahul Gandhi at length, and but I was unable to find even a single instance where he could really point out that vote chori has actually happened. And you know what election commission has done today? It is a very welcome step when they are saying that they will give notice to people who are being excluded from the voter list, and the fact that their policy would adhere to the principle of natural justice by giving voters facing deletion a reasonable opportunity of being heard and furnishing relevant documents. So I feel that is the right step in the right direction, and we should in fact as citizens of this country demand SIR exercise in all states of the country. And there was very there was a great point put forward by the previous speaker in which he claimed that when he was working in Times of India, he knows of instance where in fake voters were registered on a single address, and that too in the time of Congress. Now when Rahul Gandhi points out these fake voters, what proof does he have that these voters have been added during the tenure of BJP and not during the tenure of Congress? Because BJP has been raising similar questions related to these voter lists in Kerala and West Bengal, and they want SIR to be done in those states as well. So if that was the case, then BJP wouldn't have gone for SIR in Bihar, and they wouldn't have demanded SIR in Bengal and Kerala.
Yes.
then Congress should be supporting this SIR exercise and should be, and I totally agree with them that there should be more transparency. More and more transparency is needed in SIR that is taking place anywhere in the country, but they should be the one first and foremost supporting this particular exercise.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also draw back in Pooja Tripathi now. Pooja, you've had a chance to hear out the others. Your quick comprehensive response to all of them.
So if this debate is done about Rahul Gandhi bashing, I want to put forward two questions. Election Commission saying that they are not liable to provide the names and details of the 70 lakh people who have been deleted. What ethos of transparency, accountability and democratic principles they uphold, if you can enlighten me. Election Commission and overnight, deleting the Haryana, the Election Commission website was not accessible after the Rahul Gandhi's president. Haryana, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka. They just deleted the whole records. Now, Election Commission last night changed their draft electoral rolls from digital format to non-machine readable scanned copies. What kind of transparency and accountability are you trying to prove when you say it's saying कि मेरा कातिल ही मेरा मुंसिफ है? The same Election Commission, which we just narrowed down to one assembly segment, and it was not, just one narrow assembly segment in Bangalore Central, and there we saw, I'll tell you, 1.95% was the winning margin of the Bharatiya Janata Party candidate against the INC candidate Masood Khan, and the Mahadevpura throwed out glaring numbers. There were 11,000 duplicate numbers, there were 4,000 fake addresses, there were 30,000 people living in the same with multiple voter IDs. And when he brought out a number 1,250,000, and now you are saying that the same Election Commission, shouldn't Election Commission go back and investigate their own electoral rolls? It does not nullifies the whole electoral process, the functioning. It also raises questions on the elected representatives. So why not an Election Commission? Uday, you have to file the taxes. Everything is digital. I'm sure Supreme Court has gone digital too through the COVID times. And you have to book a ticket. There's an IRCTC, everything. You have to book an aeroplane ticket. There's everything. You want to renew your Aadhaar. There's a digital format. But Election Commission does not want to go digital. In 2019, Kamal Nath versus Election Commission of India, they said you don't have to check anything, we'll check. And in 5 years, they are saying कि हम आपको list दे देते हैं, हम आपकी candidates को दे देते हैं. And that's what we are saying. This, if you have given us a machine readable format of electoral rolls, format of for every constituency, it would take just minutes. It took us 6 months to analyze one assembly segment, Mahadevpura, because we had to manually counter each and every, and the numbers were glaring, the numbers were explosive, and it's not about Rahul Gandhi. It's not. And also, I didn't raise questions on Samrat Chaudhary, Bharatiya Janata Party,
right,
given, from Tejasvi Yadav to Samrat Ji. This is the respect they have for their opposition.
Yes, Kuntal Krishna.
You are demanding an FIR on Tejasvi Yadav. There should be an FIR on Samrat Chaudhary too, for two forms and for two registered.
Uday, before I give any reply to my dear friend Dr. Pooja's all these allegations, let me point out few facts. Fact number 1. Pooja is saying that INC candidate lost by a very slim margin in few of the constituencies. None of the INC candidate which lost by, as the Congress claims, as the Congress leadership claims, that they lost by a narrow margin, none of the INC candidates filed any objection. First thing. Second thing, when they're talking about Karnataka, Election Commission wrote a mail and a letter to Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi on 12th of June. Till now, Mr. Gandhi has not replied. Now, Pooja ji, it is high time for you people to introspect, because you know what people of India think about you. When we have got panelists, when we have got Mr. Alok Mehta as panelist with us, a man of such a high repute, he is forced to say that Rahul Gandhi and his team has gone into habit of discrediting constitutional agencies like Election Commission. This is what people of India thinks about you. Pooja ji, Congress must be having one booth level agent everywhere, and now one booth level agent has only to scrutinize 1200 voters. So if there is any discrepancy, if there is any legitimate voter who has been left out, your booth level agent must know. And if you are taking 6 months to analyze one assembly, it means you do not have your people at the ground. So better put your cards at the right place, Poojaji, in spite of trying to discredit our constitutional agencies. Yeah.
Can I come in?
Yes.
Yeah. So, our booth level agents, of course, they didn't work as per you, but what is election commission here for? Moongfali chilne ke liye election commission. Article 324 is for ensures that election commission is there for free and fair elections. If there is a robbery in Kuntal Krishna's house, he'll go to the daroga and he said कि daroga कहेगा कि तुम्हारे घर का चौकीदार तो सो रहा था. So the whole election commission, we are giving you solid proof of voter. We are giving you epic IDs. Yesterday, Amit Malviya defamed Rahul Gandhi saying, ये देखो ये family photo इनकी तो epic ID है. They should file a defamation suit. उन चारों की epic ID दो जगह थी and this is not us doing it. This is not independent people and this is not empowered citizens going on the election commission's website, checking the epic numbers and leaving the likes of Amit Malviya red face. Then what fraud are you doing in the name of election commission? So whenever this argument goes, तो आपका booth agent क्या कर रहा था? हमने तो आपको सारा का सारा proof दे दिया. And now election commission has gone on and changed the machine readable format to a scanned copy. What are they afraid of? They're afraid of being put in jail. They should be put in jail because this is not how election is run in this country. This is not how democracy is run in this country, and this is where transparency, accountability should set in, and everybody. I heard Mr. Mehta, and he was gaga over Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS and blaming Congress from Nehru to Indira to Rajiv to Congress for everything that's happening wrong in the country. But the thing is, we were not involved in this massive scale fraud that's happening. 269 people at one address in Muzaffarpur, 270 people at one address in Jamui. Is this your special intensive revision? 5 people have come, aged 120, 119, 117, 116. Father name Election Commission of India, mother name mother. And there's a one rule, house number 10, where 67 people live. They're Brahmins, they're Kshatris, they're Musalman, such a diversity. So what you're doing in the name of special intensive revision is a mockery of democracy.
Yes.
It's a mockery of rules by changing the rules overnight, by not allowing us to take out the digital.
How do you react to Harsh Daya? The EC also saying that Rahul Gandhi must sign that draft, must actually sign it officially before they give an official reply and before they take this ahead. They are actually claiming, that's what our sources tell us, that his refusal to sign that draft actually shows that he is not willing to go the full way.
Udai, 2-3 points. First of all, there have been really good arguments made by my elder sister, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, in favor of SIR. Again, all the arguments being made by Dr. Pooja Tripathi highlight why an extensive and transparent SIR exercise is needed, not just in Bihar, but all states of the country. First. And second thing, when you talk about Rahul Gandhi not signing the affidavit and he going in press conferences and claiming that he's a member of parliament, hence everything he's saying is in public domain and he need not sign any affidavit or sign any oath or anything of that sort. I find that very problematic. Just being a member of parliament doesn't put you above the law. You are, in the eyes of law, you are equal to any other citizen of the country, and anyone who's making such claims should go on record, should file an affidavit, and then let the election commission decide and investigate and decide about whether these charges hold or not. And coming back to the biggest issue highlighted by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in his press conference, and what my elder sister Dr. Pooja Tripathi is also highlighting over here, that is about the Bangalore Central constituency, Lok Sabha constituency, wherein they claim that BJP won because of these fake voters which were in the voter list. Let's come back to the law of the land. The law of the land says it gives Congress the power, the candidate of Congress from Central Bangalore, the power to challenge the result of the elections in High Court within 45 days after the declaration of the results. Did they do that? No. Now, after several months, they are waking up from their sleep and they are claiming that there was some fake voters. When law has given them the way to do that, when the law has given them the way to challenge the election result, why was that not done within 45 days of the result? And rightly pointed out by Mr. Kuntal Krishna.
Alok Mehta, last word to you. We are almost out of time. Alok Mehta, last word to you.
mentioned about my name, I think I was following Mrs. Gandhi. I used to meet Mrs. Indira Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. That's why I'm saying I'm not blaming Nehru or Indira Gandhi. I was told that in Nehru and Indira Gandhi time, workers were there. Now they hired people. Other the thin margin, one point for our viewers also, C.P. Joshi, closest person of Rahul Gandhi, last election when the Congress was ruling, anybody was ruling, and only one vote. He was the candidate of the chief minister. I know since the very beginning, the Ashok Gehlot and C.P. Joshi. And that's why C.P. Joshi lost without only one vote. So you can imagine, thin margin, a candidate for chief ministership. And the Congress rule was there, a center, election commission. Our friend O.P. Rawat, Qureshi, and Naveen Chawla was also a very good friend of mine. That's why I can tell you, nobody in election commission should blame in this time. When one vote of margin, he could have managed it. But you can't manage because even you can lose by one vote, you lost the elections. These kind of allegations by Rahul Gandhi, he should also see and talk to those people. He never meet the workers. He just believe in somebody from Sam Petroda sitting in America or somebody else, CIA, somebody. He's briefing and just making anarchy in the country. Poor people in Bihar and UP, you just say don't vote because the election commission is a fraud, election is a fraud. All the time you are just creating confusion in the people, in the mind of the people. I think this is very, very, very unfortunate. And the Supreme Court will decide finally.
All right,
But
my
I
thanks
think
to all
that
of our
Rahul
guests
Gandhi
for
will
joining us on this discussion.